Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Polov here, and today we're reacting to a video from a channel called Roast or Roast or Roost. I don't know how to pronounce it, but here is the deal. If Norway wins the World Cup, that's the name of the title. That's the name of the video we're going to check out. And if Norway wins the World Cup, what is going to happen? I think the whole country is going to implode because you guys are in the not yet in the semifinals, but you guys are in the quarterfinals now against England, and the whole country has gone berserk already, which is absolutely amazing to see. And keep sending me clips of that. I want to see how you guys are reacting to it. But let's go. Let's check out this video.
It's almost 11 at night in Norway, Sunday, July 19th. At MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, around 80,000 people are holding their breath.
80,000.
And then something happens that almost shouldn't be possible. Norway has won. The country that had waited 28 years just to return to the World Cup suddenly stands at the very top of world football.
Crazy stuff,
What
man.
happens now?
Yeah, what happens now, man?
Picture it. In bars across the US, Norwegian supporters who don't quite know what to do with themselves. Back in Norway, people running out into the streets, cheering at the top of their lungs, hugging strangers.
Wow.
Oslo's main street fills up within minutes. These are images from Oslo, when Norway beat...
Wait. Oh, this is in the past, right? Because I was gonna say, who recorded on their dad's camcorder?
Brazil in 1998. Within seconds, social media explodes. People who have never watched a football match in their life.
Mind you, these clips are from group stage win. This was from group stage win. It wasn't from anything else. It was group stage. Now they're going to the semifinals, or actually they're in the quarterfinals against England. Imagine if they go to the finals. Dude, imagine if they beat England, if they beat Argentina, because we know Argentina is going to go through, and if they beat France or Spain, whoever is in the finals. Dude, that's insane. That's a World Cup where you have Norway beating not only one major team, a champion, Brazil, but beating also England, who's also a one-time champion, beating Argentina, who's a two-time or three-time champion. I don't keep tabs. Or beating also France, who is a two-time champion. Or three times. I don't know. I don't keep tabs on other countries and their wins. No, seriously, I can't remember right now, but I think they both have 2 wins. It's going to be insane. And also Spain has 1 win. Man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy if that happens. That's a Cinderella story right there. That's the underdog, the dark horse nobody expected, except for us, because we have been watching for quite a few time. Like, we've been watching for a year, and I've been saying this. And they beat Italy also in their group, so before the World Cup even started. So it's not a big surprise for us, but I know the whole world hasn't been following Norway as closely as we have, so it's insane. We knew Norway was going to do something special. I don't think anybody expected them to beat Brazil the way they did, but we knew something special was coming. It's crazy.
Seconds, social media explodes. People who have never watched a football match in their lives are posting about the win. Norway's biggest news network switches to non-stop coverage. Every Norwegian newspaper drops its clickbait stories and changes its front page. In international media, the same question keeps popping up, phrased 100 different ways. How did Norway win the world's biggest sporting tournament? When France won the World Cup in 2018, around 300,000 people gathered on the Champs-Élysées. Germany in 2014 had over 400,000 at the Brandenburg Gate. Argentina in 2022 was so packed, the team bus couldn't get through the streets.
Wow.
The players had to be flown over the city by helicopter. Norway wouldn't look like Buenos Aires, Paris, or Berlin.
It would be worse.
For Norway, it would be the same phenomenon. A day when the entire country wakes up and everything else gets put on hold.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. Norwegians are outgoing people. They're outdoors people. And if you are Norwegian, you can confirm this in the comments. You guys love staying outdoors. And if Norway wins, there's not going to be a single person indoors. And I know this because as soon as Norway won against Brazil, nobody was there to watch my coverage of it. Immediately, everybody was outdoors and off social media, which is a healthy thing to do, which is what you should be doing. And now you guys are coming back and watching, but I know that there will be a record number. I think there will be at least 4 million people on the streets. It's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. It already is insane, and it's just the quarterfinals, man. But it's absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy.
The FIFA money. $50 million goes directly to the Norwegian Football Federation.
I mean, do they really need it? With the oil fund you guys boast? That's a joke. Ikisant.
FIFA has also set aside $355 million for
Wow.
clubs that release players for the World Cup. So if Norwegian clubs have players in or around the squad, they'd feel the financial effect too.
What a glimpse.
Then comes the part everyone can see. Norwegian jerseys would be flying off the shelves. When Germany won and Adidas released the new version with 4 stars on the chest, it sold out within hours.
Wow. Hey,
When France won, only
if Norway wins, I want a shirt. You guys gotta get me a shirt. I don't know how, because I know it's gonna be sold out, but somebody needs to be fast and on Norwegian sites. I don't know how or where, but you guys gotta give me a shirt. I really a shirt, a Norwegian shirt with a dude. That's crazy. I wear 3L, 3XL. Yeah, I'm a big guy. 3XL.
30,000 two-star jerseys were ready after the final, while over 300,000 had already been pre-ordered. Argentina's jerseys sold out fast too. A jersey cost around $100 before the World Cup. In
What?
some cases, resale prices for their national team jerseys jump between 600 and 1900% after the win. Norway's jersey wouldn't just be supporter gear anymore. It would be proof that you were alive when Norway won the World Cup. A historic collector's item.
Dude, I can't
And
wait.
then there are the players themselves. Norway already has players the world knows well, but after a World Cup win, the ones almost no one outside Norway knows would suddenly become some of the most sought-after players on the planet. Enzo
It's insane.
Fernandez came out of the 2022 World Cup as the tournament's best young player. Weeks later, Chelsea paid 121 million euros for him.
That's crazy. It's a lot of money.
James Rodriguez didn't even win the World Cup, but the tournament turned him into a global name.
What
And
about
he moved to Real
Vozinha?
Madrid for around 80 million euros. But the money isn't the most important part. What matters most is what it does to us. The world
Trust me, Erling Haaland will be, he already is one of the biggest in the world. Arguably the best striker of all time with his records. You know, he's moving towards that. But he will be the most expensive player in the world. Trust me, man. Haaland, man, that dude is dangerous.
has already started paying attention to Norway. Erling Haaland set the Premier League record for most goals in a single season. Martin Ødegaard, captain of Arsenal, who won the Premier League.
Crazy.
Bodø Glimt, a team from a city of 50,000 people north of the Arctic Circle, reached the Champions League and beat Inter, Manchester City.
Don't talk about sporting. Guys, I reacted to the last 5 minutes of suffering from Bodø Glimt, and that broke my heart because I was supporting Bodø Glimt, and you guys know if you were watching the channel. And it's crazy, man. It's just, how? The impossible happened. The impossible happened.
And Atletico Madrid. The national team's photos have gone viral.
Amazing.
Their jerseys have been praised as some of the most beautiful in the world.
Is the Norway kit simply because it looks like they are just wearing, they're just wrapped in their flag. Another reason why they're going to win it.
Yeah.
They're saying we're going to win it.
And the row chant from Norwegian
And they're having
supporters has
fun.
been seen by millions.
They're having fun with it.
The world has already started watching. A World Cup title would make it impossible to look away. An entire generation of kids would grow up with the proof.
That's what I'm saying, guys. I have been watching Norway before Norway was what it is today. since last year. And now Norway is really popular around the world. Now everybody has found out how Norway is a powerful, strong team. And it's just mind blowing that I was doing these videos like last year and everybody was sleeping on Norway. And now you can't run away from Norway clips. Everyone is doing it. Everyone is doing it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Dang. So I do want to say, guys, please don't abandon my videos because everyone else is doing it. I know you have better choices out there, but stick with me as well, guys. You know, subscribe to the channel. Stick with me.
When Germany won the World Cup in 2014, the German Football Association gained over 37,000
Dang.
new members that year. More than 23,000 of them were children under 6. Norway already has hundreds of thousands of active football players. A World Cup win wouldn't start the football culture. It would detonate it.
It's
Kids would see
crazy.
it on screen, and they'd think that
They don't even need to win. It already is detonating because you guys have made history. It's the quarterfinals already, and you guys are blowing up. So yeah, this is very inspirational for small kids.
could be me. And honestly, it's already begun. Right now, before Norway has won anything at all, the national team is
Out
on
for
the front
Norge.
of countless products, on buses and airport trains. Kids are wearing the jersey of the player whose name they didn't even know a few weeks ago. If
Sirloth.
that's happening already, what happens if Norway actually wins?
Bob.
Lillehammer
Ikke sant?
hosted the Winter Olympics in 1994. Over 30 years later, they still have the signage.
And
The
they broke
torchbearer symbol
records.
in the forest. They have even opened their own Olympic museum.
Wait, what is that?
The torchbearer symbol
That looks like a troll fell on his back and died. Oh, okay. It's a man holding the torch. Okay. It's a man holding a torch. I can see it now. But I thought it was maybe a troll that just fell. And then there was this, you know, that victim sign that they put on the floor. I don't know what you call it, but it's a murder crime scene where they do the highlight of the body. It's like a troll died there. Ikisant. Anyways, the- after they won, or actually after they hosted the Olympics in Lillehammer, you know, it kind of triggered something that made Norway start investing more and more and more in Olympics. And we have so many records broken in the last Winter Olympics, which I also covered. Go check out my videos on that. Don't sleep on those videos. And we saw a lot of people win gold medals. It was a record-breaking number of medals for Norway this last Olympics. So if they do win the World Cup, dude, the clubs are going to get full of new players, kids that want to be football players, who want to follow the footsteps of the Norwegian team. So the club football is going to be much better. Not only Bode Glimt, you guys also had Rosenborg back in the day, and I believe that was a direct effect also of the 1997, 1998 wins against Brazil. And it's insane to think what could happen. Let me know in the comments, what do you think will happen if they win?
in the forest. They have even opened their own Olympic museum,
Wow.
an entire town that built its identity around one winter. Norway would still be fjords, skiing, oil, and salmon, but we'd
And
also
football.
be something new. The country that won the world's biggest sporting tournament.
But let me tell you one thing. Norway is becoming notoriously known for sports. They have been dominating all the sports. It's been really interesting to see how, not only in one sport, but in many different sports, Norway has been gaining, breaking records and gaining traction and gaining attention. So Norway is on its way to becoming a very, very, very powerful sporting country, which they already are when it comes to winter sports. But, you know, they're expanding to other stuff like golf, like Tour de France, football now. And it's just absolutely insane, which we will cover on this channel as well. We're going to keep going and seeing. It's really cool.
But there's one thing every world champion learns. The hardest part isn't necessarily reaching the top. It's waking up the next day and realizing the top is now the bare minimum. 4 years after Germany won, they crashed out in the group stage.
This is something that I've been calling it a curse of the winners, because we have three that we need to look at. We need to look at Italy, Germany, and Spain. Those are the three we need to kind of look at and see, like pay real close attention to.
4 years after Germany won, they crashed out in the group stage. For the first time in Germany's World Cup history. FIFA called it a historic collapse. France won in 2018. In 2022, they made it all the way to the final and played 3-3 against Argentina, but lost the penalty shootout. That's about as close to perfect as it gets. But when you're world champion,
Brazil did that
almost
too.
isn't enough anymore. For Norway, this would be the dark side of the miracle. Before the World Cup title, just qualifying would have been a sensation. After the title, even a quarter-final exit could feel like a disappointment, and the pressure on the next generation grows. Because they grow up with
Makes
proof
sense.
that Norway can win. And then the question is no longer if, but when again. A victory costs something.
It does,
Still,
doesn't it?
no country has ever regretted it. A World Cup win wouldn't make
It's like when you have a very good meal, every other restaurant will feel inferior and it will spoil the fun. So it does come at a cost. But there is this thing that you see, Germany, after they won, they were kicked out in group stage for the past few World Cups, and in this one they got kicked out in round of 32. For the what you call it, Spain team, they also, after they won, they were really, really bad as well. Group stage, Italy didn't qualify, just really, going through this whole downfall. And Brazil now being eliminated in the round of 16 is also the worst in 30 plus years. So after you do win, or after you reach a certain point, it's like beating your personal record. So if Norway does win, the next World Cup, there will be pressure to win again. I hope that's not the mentality, because Norwegians have a very foot on the ground mentality and they're in it for the fun. But it does leave that thought and that pressure, oh, this team is not as good as the 2026 team. I know that because I've experienced that, and every Brazilian has that. Quarterfinals are not good enough for us because we have won 5 times. So we need to at least go to the semifinals, at least be second place. And every time we get to quarterfinals in the past 4 World Cups, one of them was semifinals, we're still not happy. So it's a curse that you're never happy and you always want to win. And people are complaining, oh, Brazil hasn't won a World Cup since 2002, which is 24 years ago. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is, dude, 24 years without a World Cup. That's not bad, especially with the track record of Brazil with quarterfinals. There are teams that never won. There are teams that haven't won for 30 years. Norway hadn't been in the World Cup since 28 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it does leave that idea that we could always do better. So yeah, but let's enjoy right now what Norway is going through, making history. And after you make history once, you can't make history again. You know what I'm saying? You have to take the next step to make history. So if you score 3 goals, you need to score 4, 5, and keep going so you can make history. And for Brazil to make history, only winning again the 6th star. So yeah, I understand what he's saying with this, but at the same time, having a Norwegian shirt with 1 star will be epic. That's more than what Portugal can say. It's crazy.
Still, no country has ever regretted it. A World Cup win wouldn't make Norway bigger on the world stage geopolitically, but it would make Norway bigger in people's imagination. First, it's just one match, then one goal. And after that, a country that can never quite pretend to be small again.
Does Norway do that? Do you guys pretend to be small? I feel like you guys are small in population, but you guys are big in so many things. And yeah, you can't pretend to be small when you have everything going in your favor. You guys have invested so much. In fact, I hope and I wish that Brazil delegation will go to Norway to learn what you guys did in the past 28 years to get to this stage, because you guys changed your mentality when it comes to sport and competitive events. You guys changed the landscape. You guys invested in sports, in education, in you guys invested in stadiums and schools, and you guys did a lot that has changed the whole trajectory of Norway in sports, and especially right now in football. First with Bodø Glimt and now with the Norwegian national team. It's just something you guys are doing right. And I've been saying this for, I think it's been 2 years since I've been watching Norway stuff. You guys always think ahead. You have a vault with seeds, man. You think ahead. And I think Brazil needs to go and take a page out of Norway's book, because Brazil has never won against Norway. So I feel like if you want to share, if you don't want to gatekeep your information, Brazil delegation should go and learn. And not only Brazil, but keep it gatekept for Brazil and Norway. But I feel like the whole world needs to take a page out of this and play for fun. Look what Holland is doing. He's walking in the field. He's smiling when he scores. Like, that was a good shot. He's in disbelief, but it works. It feels like he's like, this actually works, and we can actually win. That's his expression. It feels like he's just there for the vibes. He's just there to test something out, and it's working. It's just really cool. Nobody expected this, but it's awesome to see. We're living a part of history now. And if you guys want to watch more videos like this, go over to Buy Me a Coffee, request a video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.